Hey guys, thanks for coming to the live session. I'm going to be showing you all how to do this cool shine sweep effect in Spine. This is one of the lessons from over 50 different projects that I've made for my Spine Animator Bootcamp, which is starting in about 3 weeks. Okay, so I'm actually kind of excited to share this one because this is something that, this is like, this is the tutorial that I was working on before I stopped working on stuff for a year. So I'm kind of excited to share it. And it's so funny because you can see how Spine has changed since then, because all of these, like I had all these attachments and like it was so much more complicated to do this type of thing. And so it's just very interesting to open up an old file and see how I used to do it and be able to look at it and say, oh, hey, I can do this a lot easier now. This would not take as long at all. So I'm excited to show this to you guys. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you guys how to do the cool shine effect that would go over other assets. And so we're going to go through a coin. That is not what that's supposed to look like. That's for the circle. But we're going to see how it goes across a frame. Like this. And then we can also do like if it's just the corners. And then we'll go through and we'll show you how to do a gem. The one that I do today might be a little bit different than this one, but because I think it would be more fun to show you like what would happen if we put a shine on each individual part. So we're going to do this one a little bit differently from how I used to have it. And then there's a sphere, and then we got some different timing examples, and I'll show you how I do that too. So let's just start with the coin, because that's going to be the easiest one. So I'm going to go grab my coin from the images. I'm just going to drag that out. See, it was even my old character. That's how old this demo is. And what I have is all these different light sweep images in my images folder, and if I drag them out you can kind of see what this looks like here. So what this is they're all going to be the same size image with a frame by frame animation of this light sweep that goes across, and actually it goes this way to this way, and this is like the order. But you can kind of see like it's a gradient white that goes across a frame. And so if I remove those, what we can do is we can take that first frame. So these are all numbered in the sequence numbers. We can take that first one, we can put it out here, and then if we click on it and go to our attachment, we can check this box down here that says sequence. And that's going to open up this little sequence section in the tree view. And then you have this sequence 0 to 029. And I haven't done this in, like, this is the first time I'm doing this in the most recent version of Spine. But before, you would have to fill this in yourself. It looks like it might be doing it automatically now, which is really helpful because I actually have a PNG sequence video, which I think I explain how to do this as well. But you would have, or like how to use a PNG sequence, but you have to like automatically fill this part in, and it was kind of confusing when this first came out. So it looks like that may have been solved, but essentially what's happening here, if you see how it says light sweep underscore and then these numbers are in gray at the end, that's these numbers here. And so what it's doing is it's taking this first part and then it's just replacing the numbers in a sequence. And so let me kind of show you what that means. So if we go to animate mode, And then we'll make a new animation. If we click on our attachment, now that the sequence box has been checked, we have a few other options here in our tree view. And so we have a drop down that lets us change how the animation is gonna play out. We have the frames per second, so that's gonna be how fast this will play. And then we have the frame number that we can start it on. And so let me kind of show you what that means. So I'm just gonna extend this out to 30 by setting a random frame. So this has been keyed now. So if I just start playing this, it's going to start playing this PNG sequence for me. But you'll notice that it's kind of choppy, and then it stops. It stops here, and that's because of our settings over here. Largely, that's because of the frames per second. So my scene, if I go take a look at my playback settings, my scene is at 30 frames per second, which should be the default. And so if I change this to 30 and then I play it, now it's going to play it at 30 frames per second. And since my timeline goes all the way to 30, it will also show everything and then loop. And so I could extend the length of, and this is just a translation key on a bone over here, so I can just, that way I can see it. If I get rid of this isn't gonna play. So you have to have a keyframe at the end, like on something else that's keyable. Or you could probably do it here. Yeah, you could do it there too. But, yeah, we can just do it that way. So you could key it out here. But so you'll notice now that it's looping. And that's going to be because of our settings that we have over here. So we have a loop, we have hold, which is going to hold it on whatever frame it's currently on. So if I went to the middle here and I was like, okay, I like it and I want it to stop here, I could set another keyframe and I can click hold, and now it's going to play until it gets there, and then it's going to hold it. And then if I do loop, it's going to do exactly what it was doing, where it's looping the sequence. If I do ping pong, it's going to play it forward and then backwards. So it'll go there and then it'll go backwards like this. And then for, let's see, once reverse. Actually, don't know. What is that one?
I think ping pong is not available in 3.8 version, na?
Are you using 2.8?
3.8, yes.
Okay, yeah. Oh, 3.8, yes. The sequence thing will not be available in some older versions of Spine. I think it was introduced after 4.0. So I can show you at the end how you would do it in an older version as well then.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's still possible. It'll just take a few extra steps.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so for once reverse, it's going to start at whatever frame you have set here. And then it's going to, let's put that back at 20. And then it's going to play the thing in reverse. And then loop reverse is the same thing. So basically these are all going to be the same as the settings up here. They're just going to do things in reverse. So let's do once, and that will make it so that way it will play one time and we can start it on frame 0. And you can see the little tick marks here to show you that the frames are happening. And then it's going to play it once for our animation. So what we can do is we can take this guy and we can put it over a coin and we can stretch it out. Oops. And then if we go to our slot, we can change the slot to additive, and then that's going to remove all of the black but keep the white. And so if we play that, now we have this cool shine that's kind of fitting over our coin. And so then what we can do, if we go to this mesh, or to this attachment and turn it into a mesh, if we go edit mesh, if we have isolate unchecked, we'll still be able to see our coin. And then we can trace around our coin. And when you do this, you're going to have to, like, you can't just like click because it does the white dotted line. We need the orange line so that way it creates a defined edge rather than a sort of like invisible edge that spine creates itself. I'm gonna try and finish this part up a little bit faster because it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, so now I've got a complete circle around my coin, and so then I can go delete, and I can delete these 4 corners. And now if I play it, it's going to have a shine that goes across my coin. And if I wanted to, like, some of these edges are a little rough, but I could come in here and I could adjust this if I wanted to. Now,
So could I chime in on a question on this one?
Sure. What's up?
When you were making the mesh, could we not have just hit new? New mesh?
Yeah, so let me show you what happens if we do that. So if we do this and we stretch them out. So whenever you bring an attachment into the viewport, and then you modify it by stretching it or whatever, or like changing the shape in any kind of way, if you go to mesh and then you press edit mesh and you click new, it's going to reset that size. And so since we want it stretched across the coin, that ends up being very unhelpful. And so that's why we don't want to hit new in that scenario. Good question. So let me delete that guy, and then
Can we get the recording of this?
Mhm.
Will we get the recording of this?
Yeah, so this recording is going to go on YouTube.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Hey Ben. Yeah. So if I wanted to adjust this, so I would need to go to edit mesh mode, and use the modify tool to adjust this, not adjust it from outside of edit mesh mode. And let me show you why. So let me bring my preview window open so you can see this in real time. So if where is it? There it is. So this is my animation right now. If I start moving this vertice, it's gonna deform strangely. Instead of having the line or the gradient be straight up and down. But if I do edit mesh mode instead, and I drag this out, it's going to retain the same, like the image itself is not going to move. And so let me see if I can explain that a little bit differently here. So let me put 2 of these guys out here. We'll turn them both into sequences. We will play them. And we will make sure that they are both at 30 frames. And then, before I go on, I'm gonna duplicate this. Oops. Let's duplicate the slot and put one over here so I don't have to keep doing that. So right now they're both playing with this. So if I turn these both into mesh, and let's just generate. We'll do that. We'll make them both look like this. So now I have 2 identical meshes. If I wanted, let's say I wanted to only have, let's say I only wanted this section in here, like this middle section, and I only wanted that to play. What I would do, wait, 30. So what I would have to do is go in and cut it off inside edit mesh mode. So that way it only does that one section without affecting how it animates. If I did it outside of edit mesh mode like I am now, and if I was like, okay, let me just squish it, you can see it adjusts the timing at that point. So that's why we want to make sure that when we're making adjustments to this animation, we need to keep in mind whether or not we want to do it in edit mesh mode or outside of edit mesh mode, because both have their different use case scenarios. We just need to make sure that we're using it for the right scenario. And so let's see how that looks with a circle. Oh my gosh, he's huge. Let's make him smaller. So with the coin has a flat face on top. Like it's going to be a flat circle. But if it was something more like a ball or like an orb or whatever, like, and we wanted this shine to go across it, if we do the same, actually, let me grab this one. If we do the same thing, and then let me change my draw order. So if we do the same thing here, it looks okay, but it doesn't really form with the sphere, so it makes the sphere look flat or just generally kind of unfinished. And so what we could do here is, if we go to edit mesh mode, we could create some mesh inside. Let's do it like this. So if we do like a circle inside, and then maybe we do another one. This is probably going to look terrible until I refine all of these edges. Actually, let me just try to force some stuff right now, because if you see like all of these, like these interpolated edges are going crazy, and this is going to be a problem later for us. So let me just try doing that ahead of time. We'll see how that looks. So that might be okay for now. So I have these like edge loops here. And if I take these now inside of, or outside of edit mesh mode, I could select all of these and I could do something like this. And if you look over here, it's already starting to take shape.
Lovely.
Yeah. And this is because basically we put a bunch of edges in there as if it was a flat circle, and then now we're trying to like pull the mesh, like scale the mesh in a way that makes it kind of emulate a 3D object. But you can see now, like, I just did a few adjustments and there's this like this line that's happening right here, this like weird thing here. So if we look at our mesh, that's probably going to be these lines here. So if I wanted to fix that, I would have to probably add some more good meshes here. If you see here, like I'm changing the direction of these lines, and you can see it over here kind of wobble around. So when you're doing something with this technique that's more than just a flat image, the mesh, like usually I kind of go whatever with meshes if it's not necessary for the animation, but for this scenario we definitely want to try to make sure that our mesh is somewhat decent. And this mesh here, it's terrible. Like you can probably already like tell, like there's just a bunch of random stuff. Yeah. But for the sake of the demo, I'm trying to just do it quick and rough.
I have a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
If the people bosses are like, no, too many points, etc. The thing to do is to make the sequence already distorted. Or is it the best to just pause it on setup, like stretch it, and use and reuse the sequence for several effects of the same?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a great question, because yes, you could make the sequence outside, because I made this sequence in After Effects and then I made a PNG sequence from that, right? So you definitely could make a PNG sequence that already has the deformation that you need and apply it just like you would the coin. And for some games, they might prefer it that way. For me, like if I can avoid that, like these PNG sequences are super tiny. So yeah, so like when you go to export them, they're not going to take up much space at all on the texture sheet. So it's actually very optimized in that way. And then yeah, like you're saying, these could be reused and then deformed for other things. And to go further with that too, because it is white, we can also change the color of our, where are you? There you are. We can change the color of this to be like green if we wanted to. So we could go in and we could be like, okay, let's change this to be this nice green color. Oh, that looks so good. That's so pretty. And then now we have a green shine that goes over it. But then we could have the coin be a different color.
So cool. So you make a pair, you can make the iridescent change of colors already on the effect. One last question is, what about the freeze button?
The freeze button.
Mesh freeze.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Sets mesh's current rotation is 0 and scale is 1. Oh.
I have been using it for when I distort like we did with the ball. In setup I put freeze, but I don't know if it helps or not. Supposedly it saves the situation with the vertex, the position and such,
Mhm.
like a frame zero. So it doesn't have to calculate in engine. Like the imagine was like this, and then you distort it like this, and then you move it like this. Something like that. But that's the documentation. I really don't get it.
Yeah, I have never used freeze personally.
Okay.
So
Curious about it.
yeah. But as far as it looks like it looks like it's going to set the rotation to 0 and then the scale to 1. So if I like set this like this and then I go to wait, does it have to be on a bone? Wait. Where did it go? There. Oh, it has to be on a mesh. Okay. So if I rotate this and then I scale it, you can see my scale is bigger and my rotate's there. I think if I press this, yeah, okay, it's gonna reset the rotation and scale. So then now I can scale it based off of that. So that's what that does.
I
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
confused about it.
Yeah. Like I said,
Very
I never used it
informative.
though.
Mhm.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the shines. So that's how you could use it for something like a sphere. And so then let's try it with a frame. So if we do let's duplicate. Hello. Here we go. So we've duplicated this guy. We're going to scale him up. And this theoretically should be so easy, right? It's a square. This is also square-ish. Like, but it's going to throw us a curveball because, is this the right one? This is not the right one. Where's my, I have so many of these now. There you are. Okay. This is going to throw us a curveball because we have this space in the middle that is going to cause this issue. So, if we look at it right now, obviously there is, why is that? I was hoping that would keep my animation. There we go. So if we wanted it on here, we need to get rid of the space in the middle, right? And so once, thank you. There we go. And so we could go to Edit Mesh, and we could trace out the inside. But the issue here is that we need to be able to delete the inside here, but there's not really a way to do that if our boundaries are closed. So what we can do to get around that is we go and we create an orange line and we make another one right next to it, and we can delete the two edges here, and now it's going to just be inside this area. But then we're still faced with this one more issue where there's a gap, right? So if we just go to modify, we can actually just put these like right next to each other. And it's almost there. You can zoom in and like get really precise about it. Keep them there. And there we go. Now it's completely closed off, and we have a shine across our frame. And so then we also have this one that I did. Let me just go to the animation because it's already open there. So we also have this version. So the way I did this one is I had to get kind of clever with it because there's like major gaps. So let me go find those. So we would take this one. It's not duplicating it the way I want it to. So let's say instead we had 4 corners. So we have a similar scenario here, but then instead of trying to get rid of the middle, we're trying to make it so that way the shine continues across all 4 of them in the same way, but then doesn't interact in between them. And so to do that, let me just reset my mesh. Reset. There we go. We could we can kind of do a similar thing with the coin, where we would go and we could create a traced mesh. But then we're not going to be able to completely delete everything out here because it's gonna cause issues. So what we need to do is we need to connect all of these. So we can create these connectors and delete that. We'll do the same. And it doesn't super matter where they are, but we'll need to connect 3 of them. And actually this one's not going to work because I need those points to stay there. So there we go. So now if I delete this bottom one, it deletes the inside for us. And I can delete these outer ones as well. And so now we just have these connector bits that we can still see. So then we can modify this so that way these butt right up against each other. It's not working. How did I get this to work the first time? Aha. So I think if I move that way. No, I can still see it. Why did it work the other time? So if I go back and look at that one. Oh, I just did a really good job at putting them in the same spot. Okay. Because it should be. Yeah, so you can see there that the connectors do exist. They're just 100% over top of each other. And so... Well, it's looking okay now. Oh no, there's a little tiny bits. Outside, so inside edit mesh mode, if you copy a vertice with Control C, you can't paste it to the other vertice, but if we leave edit mesh mode, we should be able to do that. So if I do copy vertice, paste, there we go. And so if you remember though, once we start moving vertices out here, it kind of like messes with our animation sequence as well. So if you get it as close as possible when you are in edit mesh mode, and then just do the final tweak outside of copy it, paste it, the amount that it would affect it should be so minor that it won't matter at that point. And so we can do the same here. Put that there. And then leave edit mesh mode, and then we can just copy the position. Like that. Woohoo! Let's see that.
Finally done.
Right? I figured it out. I got it. Okay. And so then the last one is going to be the gem. And so this could be a good example of using many of these. You know what? This isn't working, so I'm just going to, and I need to adjust timing anyway, so I'm just going to make a new one. But we could make it where, like, let's say we have, like, let's say we want each of these sides to shine. We could do a mesh, and then outside of edit mesh mode, fit that mesh to this face here. And let me change it to additive so I can see it. And let me animate it. And so we would do, nope, I need my sequence. So I'll click the sequence box. Now I'll go to animate mode, do once at 30 frames. I am not in the right animation. Let's go back over here to demo. We have once 30 frames and awesome, but it's all weird, right? And so that's gonna be because of this. So if I create and I make it do the opposite, see, it's gonna do the same thing there. So this would be a scenario where more let me go back to generate and just kind of make it even. We'll see if that helps. So, oh, but I'm gonna need, no, I don't like that. Come on, Sydney, how are you gonna fix this one? All right. Because you could create a bunch of mesh. It's so wiggly.
I think you were doing right thing while generating generative fill. Generate when you were doing generate. I think that was right.
Yeah, the reason I stopped doing it was because I'm realizing that, like, there's so many points here. And so if I, can you please grab this? There we go. If I go in here and then I start,
I know.
oops.
Just do like with the coin, in mesh mode edit, you close the lines that are inclined, not outside.
Yes, so true.
4 points, but in edit mode you make it the shape you want, not distorting from outside, but for inside.
Oh, I see. But then I wouldn't have, but I was trying to get the angle.
That diagonal thingy. Oh.
Yeah, because I could do it that way, where if I reset it and then I do it like the coin. What? Let me start over. Edit, reset. Okay. So this is back to the way it was. And so if I stretch it like the coin, that's not the way I want to do it. Wow. So if I get it like kind of at that shape, but then I go and because I want, let's see. So if I did it like this, let's see.
Yes, there is an
It's
angle
not
issue.
distorting.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but
Mm.
however, that's
Doesn't help.
that still might be a good solution actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, because if I do, no, wait, because yeah, there's still the angle issue.
In the bottom, can I help?
Sure.
In the bottom line, if you can stretch, you can make two vertex in the in between this line,
Mm-hmm.
and then stretch, move forward, move rightward, and make one more,
One more?
more vertex. Yes.
On either side, like this.
Yes. And no, please remove the center of the.
Okay. So you put one this like that.
Then move that. Then move this vertex to the right side.
This one.
I think so. No, nothing is happening. Oh, sorry,
No, you're okay.
my bad.
It's okay. I like that we're trying to.
Yeah, eventually.
But you might be onto something here though. Like, what if I do something like this?
As you did in the sphere mode, I think that is.
What if I do?
This is not happening. No.
No. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Oh gosh. How did I do this one before? Oh my gosh, I was a wizard. Let's see. Let's see, because I just used. Oh, it doesn't look good.
It is fair.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
It is also distorted. Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's pretend that this looks good. Because I wanted to show you guys wanted to show you what would happen if like just to like time things differently. So we could, let's just kind of do this. This is gonna look so bad, you guys. Okay. Because we could do something where it's like, oh cool, like this first one plays, and then wow, and then this next one will start
After
right
that.
here. Yeah. Wow.
Lovely.
Yeah. So like
This
I
is
was
nice.
yeah. But
Shifting from one to.
yeah. But you know, once we figure out the mesh issue.
Okay.
Let's see. What else?
I think in a translate mode we can do shear also from the outside.
Ooh,
Can
yeah.
we do this thing?
Yes, let's
Anna?
try. Let me try it. Let me just reset. Okay. Edit mesh, reset. There we go. So if I make it bigger and I put it there, What will shearing do? I cannot shear a mesh. That's right.
I think
But
yes.
I can put the bone.
Okay. But it is not giving the angle.
No, but that's okay. Well, actually, wait. What if I do
Mm.
multiple?
If we try to overcomplicate things, you can put 2 bones for the vertex below and 2 bones for the vertex on top and scale horizontally one tinier.
Ooh, yeah. Let's try that one.
It's more bones.
But let's see. Ah.
Okay.
I'm just liking the group problem solving here. This is fun. Okay,
Yes.
find the bones.
We are enjoying the class, no?
Yes, good. Okay, so what happens now? So this is probably gonna do the same problem.
Yes. I think this
Is-
will do the trick. No. No.
It's still.
Oh.
Wait, what if I? Let me get rid of the bad one. Hang on.
Okay, let's
That
try.
one's gone.
Making one line in the middle. Yeah, this mess. Like
Yeah.
right now, like yes. Doble de destreza.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I think
Oh my
it
God.
has to. I wonder if I just do a bunch. Because the issue is like the dotted lines.
Yeah, it looks very
Yes.
soft.
There we go. Oh look, it's working. Oh woohoo. But is it efficient?
I think more words.
No.
In the end, just making the like a PNG non-mesh thing.
Yeah.
And animating it going horizontal.
Yes, yes. Yeah, this would be a situation where make your sequence fit the gem.
Have you seen the channel of Arman Animation?
Yes, he has.
I think he did the same thing.
He did.
But I forgot.
Yes. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Cause yeah, this is where I learned it actually. Gem. Let me see. No, I don't. No, don't make the audio.
Hello.
There we go. Okay. Cause you guys can see. Yes, you can see Armin. Okay. Hello, Armin. Yes, because he did something similar. Go, go, go. What does this look like in the end? Oh, but his is different. Yes, his is different. Oh, but see?
Okay.
His is doing it.
Same things happening.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
it's like a bug and a feature. Sometimes
Yes.
It's okay. It's good.
Yes. So that I think KNA, I think you are correct in making it. Yes. See, his also deforms. But his looks good.
I think from outside, not
Yeah.
in edit mode. I think so.
Yeah. Cause yeah, his is a little different than mine. So it looks good when it's all like crunchy.
He did on Diamond also. I don't
did he?
know what in which video. Yeah, yes, in
Let me see.
in the upper side.
Like a purple diamond doing the same rotating, I think.
Yeah, let me look.
I don't know.
Let me see. Diamond. I'm gonna try to
But
find
it's
it.
a good thing to make the sequence like tiny in size because when stretched they will look like blurred. And, some defects won't be as noticeable, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that is also a good point. Because like if it's super tiny, then like you said, yeah, if you like stretch it out more, it will not look as good. Where's my coin? Where's the shine on my coin? Let me stretch this one. No. Okay. Wait, is there another one? Aha. Yeah, so like if I even just like right there, it's already really bad. But the nice thing is that like when it's on additive mode and when it's in effect, it's not always noticeable, at least. So like once it's on here, it's like it's kind of okay. But it depends on how it depends on whether or not the game that you're working on wants super high quality animation and doesn't care about optimization or cares a lot about optimization. So it's always a balancing act for sure. Let's see. Oh, but I need to make for 3.8. So let me see if I open 3.8. Let me see. Wait, where? Okay. Let me find the file real fast. Okay, shine effects. Okay, so if I were in 3.8 now, so now if I drag out the light sweep sequence, I no longer have the sequence option. So the way you would do it now is you could turn this into a mesh, and then you would say, wait, where's the linked meshes? Is there no linked meshes either? Oh, it's right here. So if you click this button, it'll turn it into a linked mesh. And so now I have two different ones, and if I change this, let's say I change it to 10, so now it'll have the 10th frame as an attachment, and then I could switch and you can see it's different. So if I move this now, this other one will also have the mesh moved. So what I could do if I had my coin, I could completely start over. So I could drag out my first one, make it bigger, turn it into a mesh. I would go, oops, change this to additive, edit mesh, and then let me just create a really quick one. This is gonna look bad. Delete these. So now I have it covering the coin, And so then I would click linked mesh, and then I can duplicate it a bunch. I was hoping that it would... I was hoping I wouldn't have to like rename these this way. But then you would have to rename each of them to be...
In every step.
Yeah. And you see how if you duplicate it, it'll do the numbers like that. If these were already named that way, it would be easier because then I wouldn't have to rename them. But oops. But I will do a few of these real fast because you kind of get the idea. And then when you do animation, you just have to key, oops, not the deform key. You would just have to key the attachment on and off for every frame.
By pressing R, I think.
Yeah, it only goes to the next keyframe though. Yeah. I actually was like just trying that and I was like, why is that not working? Because I know there is a shortcut to go one by one without a keyframe there. Because I was using it back when I was doing the tutorial, but I don't remember what it was.
But it was so easy in updated version, no?
Yes, it was so much easier. Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea. And so then once it's finished, it ends up being like what I already have in here because that's how I did it before. I have all of these attachments and they're just being keyframed here.
And if we added one mesh, it will add it in every step. Automatically, I have to add it in every step.
If you edit the mesh like this?
Yes.
Not if it's a linked mesh. So since since it's a linked mesh, anything, let's see if it happens with animate too. Yeah, so since it's a linked mesh, everything will fit that. Yeah. I think that is all that I have. So yeah, this will be on YouTube, and I will link everything, or I will link the video in Discord when I upload it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was really fun. I did have a great
Yes.
time.
Oh, good.
We really enjoyed.
I did too. I really liked working together and brainstorming with you guys on that gem.
The way you taught it is commendable.
Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. Well, that is everything. I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.